Hi, and how are you doing today? I want to welcome you to another video tutorial on the USDJPY. And in this video, I will be taking you through my thought process on what my expectation is going to be like on the USDJPY. It's important I state here that it's going to be a follow-up video to my previous analysis on this pair, where we were able to take over 300 pips in profit during the course of last week. And for those who would like to see how we took advantage of these opportunities, I will be sharing the link to that video in the comment section of this current video for reference purposes. So without further ado, let's dive into the chart and let's see what is going on in the market. Well, on the daily time frame here, we can see that price action has been on a long-term bullish momentum since the beginning of the year. And as a result of this, we were able to connect the series of higher lows here to give us that resultant bullish trend line. Though we had a little breakout of the structure here during the early days of the month of January, price came back right above that level, and since then, price has continued to respect that bullish trend line. However, something interesting happened here during the month of August as we saw a situation where price came back into that bullish trend line, evolving into a reversal pattern that pushed price right out of the neckline of that structure at the 135 Japanese yen level. Well, we've been monitoring this since the breakout of that structure in the month of August. And at one point, I was explaining to you that there is a possibility that we could be having a situation um, where price might likely come back to do a retest of that structure before the trend continuation to the upside happen. But since the breakout of this 135 Japanese yen level, half in the month of August, price has continued to find higher highs and higher lows, emphasizing the strength of the buyers at this point in the market. However, when we fast forward, let me zoom in a little bit so that we can see things more clearly here. So when we fast forward into the month of September, we saw how the level at the 145 Japanese yen area has been holding selling pressure for quite a while. In fact, throughout the month of September, selling pressure around that area was so strong that every attempt by the buyers to push price right above this level has been met with strong resistance from the sellers. Though we had a breakout of the structure during the first week of the month of October to send price to its highest peak at the 151 Japanese yen level. And since then, we have been witnessing selling pressure around this area, which led into a final breakdown of the 145 Japanese yen area during the course of last week to signal a possible bearish momentum at this point. Well, we took advantage of this move right around this area to the downside here, making last week a very profitable trade for us on the USDJPY. However, as we head into the new week, one thing I also observe here is that price action appears to have broken that bullish trend line that has been guiding bullish momentum since the beginning of the year. In fact, price is around that area. So what this simply tells us is that we are at a very critical point at the market at this area, as we never can tell what is going to be happening during the early hours of the week and how participants in this market will be relating to this current structure. And if we look at things closely, we can see we had a breakdown of the 145 Japanese yen level. And from a technical standpoint, whenever we have a breakdown of a structure like that, we expect that one point in time price is likely going to come back into the 145 area, followed by selling pressure around that area to incite a trend continuation to the downside. So these are the things we are looking forward to from a technical standpoint. And if we look at the 145 Japanese yen level here, where I said there is a likelihood that price might come back into the structure. If we look in the past, we can see that this level also was at one point in time a strong selling niche for participants in this market. So these are one of the few things I want to be looking at when we head into the new week. Well, with that being said here, I want us to look at the economic calendar before we go into the details of what our plans is going to be like for the new week. And on the economic calendar, I was able to pull out a couple of events for both the JPY and the USD. And when we look at what is happening here on Tuesday, we saw that we have the gross domestic product for quarter three, which is coming up, and also a very significant event in the market that we are going to be looking at. That is one. And then on Wednesday, we have the USD retail sales also coming up on Wednesday, a very high impact event also that might be affecting the dollar. So these are the events we are going to be looking forward to this week. We want to see how participants in this market will anticipate this event. And obviously, we are going to be seeing the reflection of this anticipation on the chart as price action. So now going back to the daily time frame here, like I said, we are at a very critical point as price is still around that bullish trend line that we identified earlier. So there are two scenarios we might be looking forward to. The first scenario I want to be looking at is a possible situation where price might evolve into a reversal pattern. It could be a double bottom structure, head and shoulder pattern, falling wedge, whatever it is, in anticipation of the event coming up. And we might see a situation where price comes back into the 145 Japanese yen area with the intention of sending price crashing further to the downside. That is one possibility we might be looking forward to. Then the other scenario is a situation where we might be having a trend continuation pattern around here, probably a bearish rectangular pattern, breakout retest on lower time frame price comes back into the neckline area that was broken a couple of months ago around here. And like I said earlier, if we have a breakout of structure, there is a likelihood that price might come back to do a retest of that structure with the anticipation of inciting another wave of a bullish momentum. So these are the scenarios I want to be looking forward to during the new week. But be rest assured that I will be jumping in the comment section of this video right on my TradingView platform to give you an update of what my expectation is going to be like after monitoring how participants in this market will be relating to the current structure around this area. If this video has been of immense help in making your own individual decision on the USDJPY, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. You will also want to follow me on my TradingView platform at Dark Sherry so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally share in the comment section of every video. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you right in the comment section of this video on my TradingView platform as we get ourselves prepared to take advantage of any trading opportunity here on the USD JPY. Do have a wonderful evening, and I see you on Monday. Bye bye.